do you cope with the loss of a loved one? Well, singer-actor Guji Lorenzana used his grief to come up with an inspiring song and a music video to celebrate the life of his mother, who died of cancer earlier this year. To tell us more about his cancer awareness campaign, we have now in the studio Guji Lorenzana himself. Well, good morning. Oh, our condolences to you and you know what you must have gone through. So, do take us through the journey that you had to go through with your mom. So she was diagnosed with cancer in 2016.
Yes, in 2016. Actually, it was very hard to take in. The day after my wedding in 2016, my mom took us aside and said, we need to have a family meeting. And so she flew in from the United States to be here for the wedding. And the day after the wedding, she sat us down and said that she has cancer. And it was difficult to take in, of course, from the high of the wedding to hearing the bad news. I just knew from that moment on it was going to be a very difficult road to take, and to be away from my mom living in the Philippines, it was something that I had to figure out.
Yeah. Because she was based in the States.
Yeah,
right? Okay.
she was based in the States with my sisters and my dad.
Okay. So it's harder for you because you weren't with them.
Yeah, it was difficult for me because I wasn't with them, and having to fly back and forth it got difficult. It was draining.
She got better. She was cancer free for a while, right?
Yes.
How many?
She was cancer free by November of last year.
Okay.
And it was good news for us. The diagnosis was actually very unique. It was weird. She had by definition, it was cervical cancer because of location-wise, but she had hysterectomy, so it shouldn't have been there. Exactly. And so when it occurred, they did operations, they did chemotherapy and radiation and everything, and then when it was finally gone and cancer-free, a few months later they did some tests. It came back, it spread to her lungs, and from that moment on, she was just too weak to endure any more treatment.
Yeah, and you were close to her.
Very close.
Very close to her. Close enough to write a love song.
Yes, to my mom.
Yes, yes. So tell us about that. I mean, was it like your way of expressing yourself,
Well, me and my mom have been very close. I was born on Mother's Day.
Okay.
So I was basically her Mother's Day gift.
Yes.
So from the very moment I was born, we just had this relationship. She urged me to follow my dreams. She was my moral standard. She was my standard for who I married. I mean, me and my mom were very close. So this song almost became therapeutic for me. I wrote this for her to help encourage her, to help her get through all of the treatment, to just let her know that everything was going to be okay.
What's the one thing that you learned about cancer through all of your journeys? I mean, I know you were able to speak with different cancer organizations, all over the world, at least in the States. What was the one thing?
I learned that cancer, there needs to be some good in it somehow,
so you saw the good in it. You saw that there was...
Yes.
And not that it was good, but there was just something that you could take home from going through the...
I mean, the thing you can take home from cancer, I think, is just understanding that it's going to be something that's going to bring everybody together.
Okay.
I've gotten closer to my family a lot more, my sisters and myself, and, we had to become a team. And cancer is something that happens to many families. You just sometimes you ask God why does this have to happen? But it's one of those things that
Did you ever get an answer from that? Why?
The why, I think, is actually I don't know why, and I think maybe the reason why I'm doing this campaign is because it is my why.
It is your why.
It's my why to help deal with what's going on. It's my why to help continue what my mom wanted me to do and wanted to do for the world. She was always telling me how if she could do anything in her life to help this world, it would be to help the children. And And that's what I'm trying to do now. I got in touch with an organization called the Asian American Donor Program in the United States, and Be the Match. If you look at the music video, there's
there you go.
Yeah, there it is. There's a lot of families and a lot of survivors that have been touched by this organization called Be the Match, which is a donor program that helps children or even individuals just find that match for their blood, because blood cancer is a big deal that people deal with worldwide, and finding that match is very important to help save a life. So I've dealt with them. There's some children that you're going to see in the video that have been touched by BeTheMatch.com. There's even this little girl who went viral because she sang a song on YouTube, and she just showed her courage and everything. And they're all a part of this music video, and I was so happy to have them be a part of it, that Be The Match got in touch with me and said, can you help us spread the word and help spread this worldwide so that we can have more people involved and join this fight against cancer?
Well, I think they found a wonderful ambassador in you,
thank you.
To help spread the word. But I know a lot of people are actually going through this and seeing their loved ones, you know, probably in pain and going through cancer and trying to come to terms with it, asking their own why me, why my mom, or why my family is going through this. But what is the one advice that you can actually give them as they go through this journey, this painful journey?
Just to be there for your family. I think the most important thing during this time, when somebody's going through treatment and everything, is to just encourage them that everything is going to be all right, just like this song says. It's very difficult. I think the most important thing that my mom probably got from this whole experience was that she was able to be with us all together, and from the very moment I arrived in the States, when things were kind of going downhill, she just kept saying how thankful that she was that we were all together. And until her last breath, that was what she was. I mean, that's what she wanted, was for the family to be intact. And it's so important. It's so important that we show each other love. Yeah. It's so important that we pray for each other, and it's so important that we support each other.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. You're a Mother's Day gift to your mom, and you're here with us now, Guji Lorenzana. But before we go on a quick break, Guji, will you please serenade us with the song Be All Right that you wrote for your mom?
Okay.
All right.
Should I stand?
Yeah, sure.
Trying to give you time to cry. Rest your heavy heart with me. Hold on to what you know. You've got so much more to give, but I've got every